Subscribers and fans, Iceman here. And there's been some interesting news regarding the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong film, still scheduled for 2020. It seems as though the director of the upcoming film has been interviewed, upon which he made remark on this. Check it out. He claims, "It's been a pleasure already in the first stages of it, having an excuse to go back and watch 30 Godzilla movies and justifying it to yourself. For me, it's about taking the series to the next level. It's easy to demonize Godzilla on one hand, but I have a lot of emotional attachment to both monsters." I find this pretty damn interesting as Iceman, because it seems as though he's watched a lot of Godzilla films now, so he has a pre-understanding to some level of what the fans are expecting. And if this is true, that he really did watch a hell load of these films, I bet we can expect a lot of old school reminiscence and perhaps some Easter eggs in reference to the older films. And he might use some inspiration from the tones and such that were conveyed in earlier Godzilla films. It just seems like he very well might have invested a lot of time into this project. And I'm pleased to hear this, because in some sense it seems to me that he is a true Godzilla fan, if he watched all those films. Another thing that's interesting about this interview is how he responded on Kong's size. As he was asked about Kong and why Kong was so damn small and how he's gonna pose a threat toward Godzilla, the director responded with this, quote, "They gave us a good out in Kong when they mentioned that Kong is still growing, but that'll be a challenge we have to deal with, and we're very aware of that issue." So the director himself now has pinpointed to that notion, in which I mentioned in several of my previous videos, how in the Kong Skull Island film it was mentioned how Kong is still growing. But it seems as though this might be a challenge for them. They're probably trying to figure out how damn big should they make Kong, because how will Kong possibly pose a threat toward Godzilla when Godzilla has other abilities that Kong doesn't, like extreme regeneration and his atomic breath. So I'm damn curious to see how they might make this fight believable. As it stands, currently anyway, Kong doesn't seem to pose a threat toward Godzilla. But that might change. I guess we'll see. But how big do you think Kong should be in the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong film? Should he be the same size of Godzilla? Or should he be smaller? Or larger? I can imagine all three options being plausible. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments section below, and like this damn video if you haven't yet. For I am the Iceman. More ice to come.